Hello everyone, a very good evening to all of you. Good evening, guys, and welcome to our today's session on DILR Booster Series. So, this is the third session from the series that we are having today. And before I start, let me just ask you all first of all, am I clearly audible and visible to each one of you? Please confirm once. Is all fine? Can you all hear me? Can you all see me? I think no operational issues are there so that we can start with our session after that. Okay. So this is about the DILR booster series. So I'm sure that many of you would have attended the previous sessions from this series. This is the third session that we are having today. In the first two sessions, I talked about the table-based questions, right? And as many of you would have joined me earlier as well, they must be knowing that what are we going to do in this series? We would be discussing different kind of types of questions which are there in DI. So that's the primary idea of this series, right? So whatever different type of questions are there, we'll be trying to discuss all of those, and we'll try to discuss that what are the shorter ways to do the questions, or what are the tips which are needed to do those questions effectively. Sometimes of course we don't know that, because for us generally the method of solving a question is that you see a data in front of you, you try to interpret it and answer the question. But sometimes there is a bit more needed, from that. So we will be talking about it in these sessions as well. Okay, good evening, Gitanjali. Very good evening, Tejasvi. So I think we can start with our session today. So we have talked about tables in our previous two sessions. So today it is all about the next thing, that is the line graphs. So today I am going to start with the line graphs first. So we'll be talking about line graphs, and I'll be discussing a easier set first of all, and then I'll be discussing slightly more difficult, and then later on I'll be discussing a set from previous year papers as well. So that is the main agenda of these sessions, that we also discuss different types along with the different papers which are there, which have been there in the past. Okay. चलिए जी, hi, good evening, Anirban Bhattacharya. So I see that Anirban and Gitanjali were there in the last class as well. Somehow I might not be remembering Tejasvi. बुढ़ापा आ गया, Tejasvi याद नहीं रहता कई बार. So that's a possibility. So let's start with the line graph here. Okay, this is the first topic that we have, the first set you can say that we have over here with us. So let me be here only. I don't think this is coming in the way. Okay. So this is that we are starting with the, as I said, the easiest question I would be starting with, and later on we'll be increasing the difficulty level for it. Will you take LRDI sessions on this series? Yes, Anirban. I mean, initially I'll be talking about DI, and slowly we'll be moving towards LR as well. So first few sessions would be about DI, right? So as we are having it on every Wednesday, so as and when we move closer towards the exam, we'll start discussing LR based things as well. So we'll be discussing everything here. Okay. Hanji. So look at the data on your screen. So this is a very common type of line graph that you can see. This is a set that I have taken from actual CAT paper. Somehow I forgot to write it here, but this is a set from CAT 2003, if I'm not wrong. It is a set from CAT 2003. Though line graphs have not appeared in CAT in the recent times, if I talk about last 4 or 5 years, hardly I saw any question on line graphs. But as you all know, we are not only preparing for CAT, so there are other exams as well. ZAT hai, IFT hai, NMAT hai, CMAT hai, SNAP hai. So there are many more exams where you might find questions from line graph. It's a question from CAT 2003 I found, so somehow the data might not be as crisp as it could have been, because I just took a screenshot from the 2003 paper, right? So I wrote all the questions, took a screenshot of the data, put it in front of you so you can see the graph in front of you. Okay. So these are basically the graph of rice, dal, edible oil, eggs, chilies, and onion. And these are the mid-year prices of these commodities, as he says. So the graph on your left hand side, the vertical graph, it says prices in rupees, and the horizontal axis, it is representing the years. So I hope you all can understand. In 1996 the price of onion was 10, the price of iske piche hai kya, that is rice, it was also 10, And then I look at this price, which is egg. The price of egg was 20 and the price of dal was 30. This was 50. This was 70. So they are slightly above or below that as well. But currently I'm just looking at the numbers. I'm not exactly looking for what is the price. But this is a very common question from many students. So if I look at this price, let's say, right? What should I consider this? Should I consider this as 49? Should I consider this as 50? Should I consider this as 51? So normally CAT would not be entering into this domain where you have to check to this extent. And if they want you to do it, they would be just drawing some lines in front of 80, 70, 60, so that to give you an idea that it is not exactly 70, it is slightly below 70, or it is not exactly 50, it is slightly above 50. So that ways lines would be drawn. So they are not going to check your eyes that how close you can check whether it is 70 or 69 or 71. I mean, the questions would not be like that. Instead of 70, if you take 71, your answer changes, or you take 69, your answer changes. That generally would not be happening. Now, this is a question from CAT 2003. In this case, this is happening because in those days, CAT used to be in an offline format, right? If you guys remember. So, CAT offline format में उस time होता था. From 2009, CAT became online. So, in those days, they used to ask such questions. तब हो जाता था कभी कभार ऐसा. Okay. Let's have a look at the questions which are there. First question. During 1996 to 1992, that is among all the years, the number of commodities that exhibited a net overall increase and net overall decrease respectively. Net means from the first year to the last year. How many of them have shown an increase? How many of them have shown a decrease? So let us say if I talk about this thing first, what is this representing? It is representing edible oil. So can I say edible oil was somewhere around 70 in 1996, but in 2002 it is somewhere around 60. So therefore in edible oil there is definitely a decrease. I hope you all can see that. Okay, there's definitely a decrease in edible oil. Similarly, let's move forward. थोड़ा आगे बढ़ता हूं मैं इससे. The next is let's say this one, which is chilies. It was somewhere around 50 in 1996, whereas in 2002, I see it is somewhere around 50 or slightly more than that. So now there is a problem, as you can see over here. Okay, यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा issue आ रहा है. If you guys can see this, the problem is that from naked eyes, it is difficult for me to determine whether it has remained the same or it has increased a bit. But I can probably say it has not decreased for sure, right? Are you with me on this? If I look at this triangle and I look at this triangle, they might be the same from 1996 to 2002, or in 2002 it might have slightly increased, but it has definitely not decreased in 2002. So I would mark it as increase only, not same, because ultimately I see here 3 plus 3, that means 3 increases, 3 decreases. 2 increases, 4 decreases, 4 increases, 2 decreases, 5 increases, 1 decrease. So ultimately all of the options are talking about all 6 commodities. इसका मतलब है तो in everyone there is either an increase or decrease. There might be some problem of light because I suddenly have a tube light suddenly went off. Okay, so fuse ही उड़ गया मेरे ख्याल से, so there might be a problem because of that. But anyways, I don't think that I'm looking too dark, है ना? Though I am dark, लेकिन वो उतना ज़्यादा नहीं है. चलिए, next देखते हैं. Next I talk about this black circle. So it has definitely increased from here to here. Then I talk about this cross. This cross has also increased from here to here. When I talk about this white circle has also increased from here to here. And then I talk about this triangle. It was around 10. It is still around 10. I think I would say it has slightly increased from here to here. So 5 of them have increased. 1 of them have decreased. So therefore I would mark the answer as option D. 5 increase, 1 decrease. I might be wrong here, as I say that it depends upon the question as well. I mean paper as well. Paper अगर हमारे सामने होता, we could have checked whether it has increased or decreased. Somehow I'm not able to check it here, but I hope all of you can understand this, that the answer would be 5 and 1. But the point is, what are we checking? Are we getting it? I hope yes. वो समझ में हम लोगों को आ रहा है that exactly what needs to be done. Okay, that was the first question here. Let's look at the second question now. So I would want all of you to answer this once. Let me check if I can correct my light here. Oh yes, this is working now. Hanji, look at the second one. You have the second question in front of you. The number of commodities that experienced a price decline for 2 or more consecutive years. The number of commodities that are exhibiting a price decline for 2 or more consecutive years. A price decline for 2 or more consecutive years. Okay. Let's have a look at this again. So if I look at the edible oil mein there is a decrease over here, but then it remained the same, there is a decrease, then there is an increase, then there is an increase. So can I say there are no 2 consecutive years when you see a decline in case of edible oil? I hope all of you are with me on this. So this is not one of those commodities. Okay, let's talk about this now. What is this? Chilies. Chilies mein there is a decrease over here, then there is an increase over here, then there is a decrease over here, and then there is another decrease. So yes, we found one of these commodities in which there is a decrease for at least 2 years, right? In chilies, it is definitely there. Edible oil, it is not there, right? Let's talk about the next one. That is this dal. Dal mein there is a decrease over here, then there is an increase, then there is again a decrease, and another decrease is there, right? So I see again 2 consecutive decreases are there in case of dal as well. So this 2 is one of the cases which I want. Let's look at this cross, which is egg. Egg mein there is an increase over here, then there is a decrease, then there is an increase, then there is an increase. Again, this remained the same, and then there is a decrease. So there are no 2 consecutive years when egg is showing a decline. Okay? No 2 are there in which egg is showing a decline. Let's move ahead again. Now let's talk about this onion. Onion mein there is an increase and then there is a decrease, I think. There is again a decrease. So again I see that there are 2 consecutive decreases in onion. So onion is also one of those quantities. And lastly, I would look at rice. Rice mein it has remained the same, or I don't know what has this. But finally यहाँ increase है, फिर increase है, then there is a decrease, and then there is a decrease again. So again rice is also there. So 4 of the quantities I see which are showing a decline, the other quantities are showing an increase. No other quantities are there in which there is a decline for 2 or more consecutive years. You can see that this becomes quite boring, है ना? Because when offline paper was there, we could have checked that ways. But here, doing it on, a screen of computer, it becomes extremely difficult. It is not a reasoning check or DI check. Somehow it is showing us that this is a check of your eyes, है ना? How good are your eyes? ये ऐसा कुछ लग रहा है हम लोगों को देख के, rather than looking at the data here. But yes, this used to be there in those times, so that's not a problem. Okay. Kunal says OnePlus Bullets wireless Z earphone. So not mine, Kunal. They have been given by the company. टीचर हमेशा गरीब होता, कुछ नहीं होता उसके पास, नॉलेज के सिवा, और वो बिकती नहीं. चलिए जी, थर्ड पे आते हैं. For which commodities did a price increase immediately follow a price decline only once in this period? That means an increase followed by a decrease, but this should happen exactly once. An increase followed by a decrease, but this should happen exactly once. This is what the question is saying. So let's have a look again. First of all, so increase के बाद decrease कहीं आ रहा है क्या? So I see that decrease हुआ, same रहा, decrease हुआ. So there is no increase decrease in edible oil. So I would be just taking it out. इसमें तो नहीं हो रहा है. And if edible oil is gone, of course I can say option A is not my answer, because that had written edible oil in this. So that is not my answer. आगे बढ़ता हूं मैं. Let's come to the second one now. The second one is अच्छा ये देखिए जरा, egg जो है वो 2 options में आ रहा है. Let's check egg first. एक बार egg को check करते हैं. Egg is cross. So cross में I see here there is an increase followed by a decrease, and then there is increase, and then it remained the same, and then decrease. So ultimately this is the only scenario where it has increased and then decreased, and it has happened only once. अगर आप ध्यान से देखो, यहां पे it has increased, but then it remained the same. It did not decrease. It remained the same. And then it decreased a bit. So therefore, there was only one scenario. In case of egg, it has happened. So therefore, I can say onion only cannot be my answer. Now, either my answer is egg and dal or my answer is egg and onions. ठीक है, तो इनमें से कोई भी एक चेक कर लो. लेट्स चेक अनियंस फर्स्ट. अनियंस को चेक कर लेते हैं एक बार. ऑनियंस अगर देखो जरा क्या है ऑनियन, इज सर्कल. सो यहां पे दिस हैज इंक्रीज्ड, देन उसके बाद दिस हैज डिक्रीज्ड अ बिट, फिर डिक्रीज हुआ, फिर इंक्रीज इंक्रीज इंक्रीज. यस, आई सी इन अनियंस एज वेल दिस हैज हैपेंड एग्जैक्टली वंस फ्रॉम हियर टू हियर. So I would answer this question as option D, egg and onion. But I am pretty sure many of you might be doubtful about these answers. Even I am, right? That how can you say this is a decrease over here? I am doubtful about it, honestly. How can you say it is not a decrease over here? I am doubtful. As I said, these are the questions from those paper era. I just took this case over here so that to give you an idea about the kind of questions that are asked in line graphs. This was the easiest that I found, and it is an actual CAT question, so I thought of discussing it once. That's it. Nothing else is there. Okay. So without any further delay, let's move on to the next set now. The next set would be slightly better than that, and I hope that this data is clearly visible to you. Now, there you will find everything exact, okay? Because I myself made it. इसमें मैंने जो है basically copy paste ना करके I just went to PPT and I made this chart. So यहाँ पे things would be quite visible to you, right? So यहाँ पे you won't be feeling कि ये increase है या decrease है. I'm not able to see. I think it will be quite visible to you over here. So let's have a look at this question. Answer the questions on the basis of the information given below. The following chart shows the share price movements of selected shares over a week at the National Stock Exchange. The share price movements are given for A, B, C, D and E. So these are the 5 shares A, B, C, D, E, and their weekly a movement is given, that what was the price on Monday, what was the price on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. इस तरीके सॉरी फ्राइडे तक के प्राइसेस हम लोगों को दे रखे हैं. ठीक है. Now there is a question to each one of you that I want to ask. I would want all of you to answer this question, right? आप चुपचाप देखे जा रहे हैं, कुछ लिख नहीं रहे हैं चैट बॉक्स में. Now it is your job to write something. So all of you, please tell me, what is the price of Colgate on Monday? Can anyone tell me? What is the price of Colgate on Monday? And then also tell me, what is the price of Colgate on Tuesday? Price of Colgate on Monday and price of Colgate on Tuesday. So please answer this question because I want to know it from your side as well. What do you think about this? Plus, I would also get to know that you guys are listening to me. Otherwise, I would feel like only I am speaking, no one is listening to me. So what is the point of teaching then? So all of you, I would request all of you to answer this. What is the price of A on Monday and what is the price of A on Tuesday? Price of A on Monday and price of A on Tuesday. Can I have an answer from anyone? Till now, I haven't got any answers. I hope all of you can read the data easily. On the vertical axis, we have the price. On the horizontal axis, we have the days, and each line is separated by some symbols. You can see those symbols down there. That what does A represent, what does B represent, what does C represent, D or E. So I see the first answer from Anirban Bhattacharya. Anirban says 250 and 270 respectively. Then the second answer came from Kumar Vlogs. He also says 250 and 270. Then the third answer came from Supreme Gaming. He also says 250 and 270. Then Manisha Maurya says 251 and 269. Okay. So these are some of the answers that we have got. 4 answers I have got. Tejasvi says 250 and 270. So 5 answers out of those 5 people. 4 are saying 250 and 270. Manisha says 251 and 269. Supreme Gaming, it is A only. I am talking about A. Okay, there is no Colgate. It is A only. So price of A that I am asking you. Gitanjali also says 251 and 269. Okay, let's have a look. What should be this? So some people are saying that this is 250 and this is 270. Some people are saying this is 251 and this is 269. So yahan pe you will closely look at this. If I talk about the difference of these two, it will make a huge impact. 250, 270 mein that difference is 20, whereas 251, 269 mein that difference becomes 18, right? So 20 और 18 में तो बहुत फर्क हो जाता है. There is a difference of 10%. Because at one place you increase the value, at the other place you decrease the value. बहुत फर्क पड़ जा रहा है. Aditi is also saying 251 and 269. Okay. Now, all of you who have got the answers as 250 or 270 or 251 or 269, can you tell me what is the price of A on Friday? What is the price of A on Friday? I am pretty sure all of you would agree to this, that price of A is 270 on Friday. Whether you got the answer as 250 and 270 before, or you got the answers as 251 and 269 before, all of you would be saying that Friday ko to price 270 hai. We all agree to that. Now, when you all agree to that ki Friday ko price 270 hai, then I have a question to all of you, that is, if the price on Friday is 270 and price on Tuesday is also 270, do you think they are exactly at the same level? Just look at these two figures. Do you see that they are exactly at the same level? Can't I say that on Friday, this box, it has its middle point on that line of 270. The middle point of the box is on 270, whereas on Tuesday, the midpoint of the box is slightly below 270. Do you agree to that? Moreover, if I look at the midpoint of this box on Monday, it is slightly above 250. Okay. The point is, when you say that 250 and 270 are the prices on Monday and Tuesday, I would say, is it necessary that price has to be a multiple of 10? It is not necessary, right? So what should we look at? Because on Monday you looked at people who said 250, 270. आप ये देखिए, on Monday you saw the lower portion of the box touching 250. On Tuesday you saw the upper portion of the box touching 270. तो एक दिन आप लोअर पोर्शन देख रहे हैं बॉक्स का, एक दिन अपर पोर्शन देख रहे हैं. दिस शुड नॉट बी द केस. Either both the days you should be looking at the lower one, or both the days you should be looking at the upper portion. To avoid any such confusion, there is one basic rule that is followed. We always look at the midpoint of all the figures. We always look at the midpoint of all the figures. Therefore, the price of A on Monday would be taken as 251. On Tuesday would be taken as 269. On Wednesday would be taken as 269. On Thursday would be taken as 261. On Friday it would be taken as 270. So this is how the prices would be taken, because I would be looking at where is the midpoint of that figure. In a similar fashion, what is the price of B? Let's say B ka price here, it is 270. B ka price here would be 279. The price of B here would be 271. The price of B here is 275, and the price of B here is 280, because now I am looking at the midpoint of these figures. Where does that midpoint lie? Right? Let's look at this C as well. The price of C here would be 280. Here it would be 285. Here it would be 282. Here it would be 290, and here it would be 285, and that ways you can find out the figure of other things as well. Why did I take 282, right? So because it is slightly above. Because अगर वो देखो हल्का सा ऊपर होता, जैसे ये फिगर आओ देखो ये बॉक्स, still the box is touching it, तो मैं 251 ले रहा था. If it is slightly more above, तो मैंने 282 ले लिया. Can I take 283? Yes, we can take 283 as well. So 282, 283 mein there is not much difference, and there will always be this question, sir, how would we decide it is 282, 283? So my answer is, whether you take it as 282 or 283, it is not going to impact any of your answers. Definitely the exam would be asking you such questions where it would not make a difference. As just Anirban asked this question, sir, why not 262 or 263? Why are you taking 261? इसको 261 क्यों ले रहे हो? See, I can take it as 261 की जगह पे 262 as well, but 263 would be slightly far-fetched, because what is 265? Exactly in the middle. अब middle से तो ये बहुत नीचे है. अगर आप देखो, this complete thing is representing 10. If this complete thing is representing 10, so slightly above cannot represent 3, right? 3 ऊपर नहीं चला जाएगा इतना सा ऊपर होते, it might be 2 above or 1 above. So I would say you can take 261 or 262, but 263 would be too far fetched. उतना लेना तो फिर गलत हो जाएगा, ठीक? तो इतना सा अंदाजा तो हम लोगों को लगाना पड़ेगा. फॉर एग्जाम्पल यू कैन से कि अब मैं इसको 265 क्यों नहीं ले रहा हूं, वो तो आप कहेंगे यार वो तो दिख रहा है कि 265 होता, इट वुड हैव बीन एग्जैक्टली इन द मिडल. तो क्या इसके और इसके मिडल में 263 नहीं आना चाहिए? Isn't it? So this cannot be 263. So that way I am saying slightly above or below it is possible, but not too much you can do here. Let's have a look at the questions as well. You will get an idea from that. So if you buy a stock on one day and sell it on the next day, then which of the following transactions will result in maximum percentage gain? You buy on one day, sell on another day, percentage gain highest kab hai? Buy A on Monday. If I buy A on Monday and sell it on the next day, can I say I am buying it at 251, selling it at 269? So I am getting 18 rupees on 251. Is that correct? यहां 251 है, यहां 269 है. So my return is 18 rupees on a base of 251. So this is the percentage gain. Next, buy B on Monday. Buy B on Monday. If I buy B on Monday, next day the price decreases. Anyways, cannot be the answer. Buy A on Thursday. If I buy A on Thursday, यहां पे खरीदूंगा, यहां पे सेल करूंगा, my increase is lesser than 18. Base is greater than 251. Cannot be the answer. Buy C on Wednesday. If I buy C on Wednesday, Wednesday को C buy करो, जरा इसको देखो, Wednesday को अगर C buy करोगे, so again this increase is less than 18. Base is more than 251. Cannot be the answer. A option has to be the answer. Even by looking at the graph itself, I would have said कि maximum increase मुझे दिख रहा है, that is here, and this increase is also on the smallest base. So there is no need to check any other value. Straight away by looking at the graph, I can say this has to be the highest. I repeat, why is it highest? Maximum increase on smallest base. मतलब smallest denominator and maximum increase. तो अगर smallest denominator पे maximum increase होगा, that has to be the highest. There is no need to check the other value. Straight away by that you can say this is going to be the answer for this question. I hope all of you got it. I'll move forward now from this to question number 2. If you sell a stock on one day and buy it on the next day, so now when you are selling on one day and buying it on the next day, which of the following will result in a gain? अब पहले की बात देखो, normally when we do a transaction, we buy and then we sell. Selling minus buying, that is the profit divided by buying, profit by cost price. But now he is selling first and buying later. Now you sell first and you buy later. So can I say in that case your graph should go down, only then you are going to gain? The point is this time gain would be considered on selling price or buying price. So therefore he has given you a formula that it is taken on the buying price. The difference between selling and buying, it is taken on the buying price. So I would now be looking at a graph going downwards with the smallest possible buying price. उस केस में मेरे को highest gain मिलेगा. Let's check them one by one. Sell E on Thursday. If I sell E on Thursday, E है Thursday को यहाँ पे, the price is 299. I'll be buying it next day at 290. So can I say I would be earning 9 rupees on a base of 290? So it is 9 by 290 into 100. Agreed, guys? You are selling it at 299. You are buying it at 290. तो 9 से डिक्रीज हुआ है प्राइस, इसका मतलब you got 9 rupees का profit, and this 9 rupees profit is on a base of 290, so it is 9 by 290. Let's have a look at B as well. Sell C on Thursday. If I sell C on Thursday, sell C on Thursday is this, this. So if I sell C on Thursday, it is 290 and next day the price is 285. Somehow it is 5 rupees on a base of 285. Third देखते हैं. Third कहता है sell B on Tuesday. If I sell B on Tuesday, that is a price of 279. Next day the price is 271. I have an increase of 8 rupees over 271 rupees. And lastly, sell D on Wednesday. If I sell D on Wednesday, that is a price of 290. नेक्स्ट डे तो प्राइस इंक्रीज हो गया, यहां तो लॉस ही हो रहा है. सो दिस एनीवेज कैन नॉट बी माय आंसर. So ultimately, I am left with these three options. How do I check which one is higher, which one is lower? I would immediately eliminate this portion. Reason: the base of this is smaller here, right? 271 का base छोटा है, and numerator is higher. So of course 8 by 271 has to be greater than 5 by 285. ये तो पक्का हो ही गया. Question is, out of 9 by 290 and 8 by 271, which one is higher, which one is lower? I'll give you one simple shortcut for this thing, जो मैं हमेशा यूज करता हूं. कुछ मत करो, एक सिंपल सा तरीका है, just cross multiply. What is 9 into 271? 9 ones are 9, 9 sevens are 63, 6, 9 twos are 18, plus 6, 24. And multiply these. 800, 8 nines are 72, 7, 8 to the 16 plus 7, 23. Which one is greater? This is greater. That means this fraction is greater, and hence I can say my answer is option A. If you are checking two fractions, which one is higher, which one is lower, just cross multiply them, right? By cross multiplying, whichever gives you higher value, that fraction is higher, the other fraction is lower. This is the simple way of calculating these things. I hope this part is clear. If you are understanding these parts, guys, please do like the session as well. Please tell me if you have a doubt through the chat box so that we can discuss that again. Of course, I'll keep speaking about the solutions because I would assume कि सबको आ तो रही है समझ में. Why should I explain again? But whenever you have a doubt, please stop me and ask me in the chat box. If no doubt, everything is clear, you feel that you are getting benefit out of it, please do like the session as well. चलिए आगे बढ़ता हूं मैं on third one now. If you buy a stock on Monday and sell it on the next day, and then buy the same stock for same quantity on Wednesday and sell it on the next day, then which of the following stocks will result in maximum percentage gain? Which of the stocks will be giving you maximum percentage gain? Now this question is your homework, and I want you to answer this in the comment section, and I would be giving you the answer for this question in comment section only. We have done quite a lot number of questions based upon this. Now this is one question I want you to do. Of course, if I give it to you right now, some of you would be able to do it, some of you would not be able to do it, but I want all of you to take time on this question, do it, give it in the comment section. I would be giving you an answer for this question later on as well. So just take a screenshot of this and we move on to the next set. Okay, we'll move on to the next set. I hope you have taken a screenshot. So here comes the next set now. This is from actual ZAT 2011. It is from actual ZAT 2011, and there is a slight mistake they made here. It is not percentage of assets, it is proportion of assets. It is not percentage of assets, proportion of assets. So assets are given to you over here. Then sales as a proportion of assets are given to you over here. And CSR spendings as a percentage of sales are given to you over here. Proportion of assets समझ रहे हैं ना? जैसे अगर यहां पे let us say 0.6 कह रहा है, what does that mean? Sales were 100 crores and assets were 100 crores. What were the sales? 0.6 times of those 100 crores. So 0.6 times of 100 is 60 crores. So that way, by multiplying them with the assets, you can find out the sales, and then by taking a percentage of those, you can find out these CSR spendings as well. So the following graph gives the annual data of assets, sales, and spendings on corporate social responsibility as a percentage of sales of a company for the period 2004 to 2009. I repeat, this is not percentage. By mistake, it has been written, but it is proportion, as a proportion of assets. Okay, so there is not much to do in the given data. We have seen the data. Let's move forward to the question straight away and start solving it. It's a question from ZAT 2011, the ZAT which is considered to be the toughest ZAT till now. अभी तक जितने भी ZAT के एग्जाम्स हुए हैं, 2011 is considered to be the toughest. There were multiple marks for the questions. Even in this set, there were 4 questions. 2 of them were 1 marks each, and 2 of them were of 2 marks each. And there were questions that year of 5 marks as well, even in quant, LRDI, and everywhere. So it is considered to be a very tough paper in terms of ZAT, whatever has happened till now. Let's have a look at the first question. Okay. In which year was the increase in spending on CSR vis-a-vis the previous year the maximum? So we just have to calculate the CSR spendings. Let's calculate the CSR spendings for all the years one by one. तो पहले हम लोग कैलकुलेट कर लेते हैं 2004 के लिए, then we'll calculate for 2005, then we'll calculate for 2006, then 2007, 2008 and 2009. And how do we calculate them? I hope you all know. In 2004, how would you calculate that? So assets are 100, sales are 0.6 times of 100, which is equal to 60, and 60 ka 1.67%. It is 60 ka 1.67%. Now what is 1.67%? If you all remember 16.67% जो होता है, that is 1 by 6. इसमें एक डेसिमल पीछे ले गए तो 1 by 60, right? So it is 100 into 0.6, which is 60, और 60 का 1 by 60, that means it is equal to 1 crore. In 2004, it is equal to 1 crore. Let's have a look at 2005. In 2005, we see that this is 110 assets. This is 0.5 times of that. 0.5 times of that is 55, right? 0.5 times of 110 is 55. 55 का 2.09%. So if I calculate 55 का 2.09%, what would it be? 55 into 2.09%. 55 का 2% अगर मैं निकालूं, that would be equal to 1.1. Okay, 2% is 0.55 into 2, that is 1.1. And what is 0.09%? It is very close to 0.1%. And 0.1% is equal to 0.055. So this is very close to 1.155 crore. 1.155 crore. That was the answer for 2005. Let's look at 2006 now. 2006 में this was 1.125. 125 का 0.64 is the sales. So 125 into 0.64 कर देते हैं. So 125 is equal to 1000 divided by 8. 8 से cancel out हो जाएगा 0.8 पे, right? And 0.8 into 1000. 0.8 into 1000 is 80, right? नहीं 800 sorry. या sorry ये 1000 by 8 था, ये 0.08 आना था. I'm sorry. So this is 80. Now 80 is there, or 80 का 2.5%. 80 का 2.5%. What is 2.5%? 2.5 is 1 by 40. So this is exactly equal to 2 crores. 2.5% is 1 by 40, that is 2 crores. By the way, how do you get to know that 2.5 is 1 by 40? मैं बताता हूं मैंने कैसे किया. देखिए 25% क्या होता है? It is 1 by 4. So 2.5% is 1 by 40. जैसे इसको यूज किया वैसे इसको भी यूज कर लिया. That ways we got to know about it. Okay, let's move ahead. Now in next year 2007, it was 135. 135 का 0.67. Isn't 0.67 very close to 2/3? Because 2/3 is 0.666, right? It is 0.67, which is very close to 2/3. So 135 का मैं 2/3 कर देता हूं. It would be equal to 3 से cancel out हो रहा है. 3 4s are 12, 3 5s are 15, and this is equal to 90. This is equal to 90. और 90 का 2.22%. So again, what is 22.22%? 22.22% is 2 by 9. So 2.22 is 2 by 90. 2 by 90 of 90 would again be equal to 2 crores. So 2 crores is for 2007. 2 crore is for 2007. And I'm very sure you all would be having this question. Sir, this much of hard work for one single question? I'll come to that. उसके बारे में बात करूंगा मैं. अब बात करते हैं 2008 के बारे में. Let's come back to 2008. 150 are the assets. 150 का 0.8 times is 120, और 120 का 2.08%. Let's calculate that. So 120 into 2.08%. वे सीधा मल्टीप्लाई कर देते हैं. ठीक है, पहले तो 0 हटाया, 20.8 हुआ. 12 8s are 96, 9, 12 0 0 9, 12 2s are 24. This comes out to be 2.496. I would write this as approximately 2.5 crores. It is approximately 2.5 crores. And that brings us to the last part of it, that is 160. 160 का 1.25 times होता है 200, और 200 का 1.59 times कितना हो जाएगा? This would be 3.18 CR. So 3.18 CR, और 08 है. 3.180 है मेरे ख्याल से. These are the figures. In which year was the increase in spending on CSR vis-a-vis previous year maximum? Increase देखो 0.15, increase देखो that is too much 0.85 के करीब, increase देखिए 0, 0.5 and 0.68. The highest increase is from 2005 to 2006. So I would answer 2006 showed the maximum possible increase. 2006 shows the maximum possible increase. Here the point that I'm trying to make is this much of hard work needed for one particular question. I would say no, but ye hard work, shouldn't I do it for all the questions at one single time? Why should I be calculating all these things again and again for every question? एक बार जो ये काम कर लिया है, just make a table, write these all things in one single table, and after that you can answer all the questions by these only. जैसे है ही क्या क्वेश्चन में, these are the only three things in the question, so we just have to answer based upon these. Look at the next question once. Of the years indicated below, in which year was the ratio of CSR divided by assets the maximum? CSR as a part of assets, यही कह रहा है ना वो, CSR as a part of assets. Can't I do it from straight away here? CSR as a part of assets. I mean here I know what are the assets, 100. What are the assets, 110. What are the assets, 125. What are the assets, 135. What are the assets here, 150. And what are the assets here, 160. CSR as a part of the assets highest कब है? I see that 160 पे 3.18, ये approximately 160 का कितना टाइम आ रहा है, तकरीबन 2% के आसपास. This is very close to 2%. This is less than 2%. This is less than 2%. This is less than 2%. This is less than, this is a 1%, and this is even 1%. So which one is the highest? 2009 is the highest. Therefore my answer is 2009. कहां पर है? अरे बाप रे, दे ही नहीं रखा. अरे इसने लिख दिया of the years indicated below. ध्यान से देखिए. So he has played a game here. Though 2009 is high, उसे दिख गया कि अच्छा ये तो दिख ही जाएगा एकदम से. So from the years indicated below, that means which are given in the options, through those only we have to figure out which one is the highest. वो हमें कैलकुलेट करना है. देख लेते हैं कहीं ऐसा तो नहीं हमने कोई गलती भी तो नहीं की है. वैसे नॉर्मली ऐसा करते तो नहीं है. तो which one is the highest? 3.18 out of 160 CSR out of assets. वैसे highest तो यही है. But out of the remaining ones, which one is highest? I see that this is equal to approximately 1.7%. और ये कितना आ रहा है? ये तो 1.7 से कम है. This is 1.25 पे 2, ये भी कम है, और ये भी कम है, ये भी कम है. So I think 2008 is the correct answer for this question. 2008 is the correct answer. But if you write all these values just in a single table, एक table बनाओ, write down all the assets, write down all the sales, write down all the CSR spendings, and then we have to find out a ratio of all these, and that becomes easy for us to do. Okay? So normally this is not done in the questions वैसे तो, but as I told you that year was extremely tough, so probably they would have played with words over here in this particular question. Okay, let's move forward to question number 3 from here. What was the maximum value of spendings on CSR activities in the period 2004 to 2009? We just saw that maximum spendings are here. So this is very close to rupees 3 CR. So therefore that would be my answer. These are the maximum spendings among all the years which are there from 2004 to 2009. Manisha, probably you are saying 2006 for the previous question. Let me check that once. I don't think अच्छा हाँ 6 ही तो आया हम लोगों का आंसर, या फिर आप सेकंड क्वेश्चन की बात कर रही हैं. सेकंड क्वेश्चन में 2006 कितना आ रहा है जरा देखते हैं एक बार. 2 डिवाइडेड बाय 1.25, so 1.25 is 1000 divided by 8. This is approximately 1.6. approximately क्या, it is exactly 1.6%, whereas 2.5 out of 150, 2.5 out of 150 is 1.67%. so this is higher, Manisha. I think 2008 ही आंसर होना चाहिए, not 2006 in my opinion. Okay ji, let's have a look at the last question of this. In which year did the spendings on CSR decline as compared to previous year? Again I'll go back to that slide. Decline कब हुई है? So it has remained the same, it has increased, it has almost remained the same, इट हैज इंक्रीज, इट हैज इंक्रीज। देखिए या तो डिक्लाइन कहीं नहीं हुआ है, और क्या मैंने कहीं यहां पे अप्रोक्सीमेशन तो नहीं किया? आई विल जस्ट चेक दैट, डिड वी अप्रोक्सीमेट इट, सो दैट यहां पे डिक्लाइन मिल जाए 2006 से 2007 में। सो यहां पे नन ऑफ द अबव भी ऑप्शंस में है, बट आई वुड जस्ट चेक देम वंस फॉर 2006 एंड 2007। लेट्स चेक देम गाइस। 2006 में कितना है? 2006 में इट वाज 125, 125 इंटू 0.64, इट इज एग्जैक्टली 80, और 80 का 2.5%, इट इज एग्जैक्टली 2 करोड़। ये तो बिल्कुल एग्जैक्ट 2 CR आ रहा है। 2007 की बात करते हैं। इन 2007 इट वाज 135, 135 इंटू 0.67 into 22.22%, which is equal to 2 by 9. 2.22% is 2 by 9. Now 0.67 is slightly more than 0.666. Is that right, guys? 0.67 is approximately more than 0.666. हल्का सा ज्यादा आ रहा है, एंड 2 by 9 इंटू 0.66 से हल्का सा ज्यादा। अगर मैं एग्जैक्टली इसको ले लेता हूं 2 by 3 और उसका 2 by 9, that comes out to be exact 2 CR, but because it is slightly more, so यहां पे भी नहीं है, so I would answer none of the above। कम से कम डिक्रीज तो डेफिनेटली ही नहीं है, that I can be very sure of this, so therefore my answer is none of the above। And this set was a very good example of that it is not necessary that in line graph questions you always answer the questions looking at the graph only, not necessary। As you can see in this case, in the very first page, had I made that table which was required for first question, that one single table was useful for question number 2, 3 and 4, and it is an actual ZAT paper question. I have not made it from myself, so you can see this is very authentic, the kind of questions that they ask you। Okay, so I hope you all got four of these questions. Now there is an important information here, guys. So I am on our Telegram channel, if you all know, BYJU'S Exam Prep CAT, right? The channel's name is also here. So I would be there on many of these days, and the other faculties are also there sometimes. So we come live on the Telegram channel and we just do chit chat with all the kids. Whatever your questions are regarding the preparation, so should I prepare for 2022? My ACADs are low, what should I do? Or how do I prepare for QA? How do I prepare for this? So some kind of questions, whatever questions are there regarding to management entrances, we take up those questions. So tomorrow at 3 p.m. I would be live again with you on that Telegram channel. So if you want to clear your doubts, just join this channel, meet me over there. I'll be taking all the doubts. It will be video chat, right? Where you can ask any of your queries and I'll be handling them one by one. Okay, so that's all guys from my side. Please do like the session if you find these sessions beneficial, and comment with that homework question. Do not forget it. Share it with more people. Whoever is preparing for CAT 2022, they may join these sessions. And please subscribe to BYJU'S Exam Prep channel. Apart from that, we are also available on all of these channels which are there on your screen. So join us for more sessions and more updates about each. Thank you very much, guys. That's all for today. I hope you like the session. So good night, everyone. See you soon again in the next Wednesday, same series, 4th session. Bye-bye and take care.